My name is Dandii son, artist in Arlington, Texas.
Preach the Poet, coming out of Chicago, Illinois.
Introduced through Arlington and also influenced through Arlington, but developed and molded in Dallas, Texas by some of Dallas' most professional musicians, engineers, and producers.
I make poetry. I write, poems and stories, and I tell them and share them.
Musician. That's what I do. Musician. You know what I mean?
I'm the blackest black man outside. I'm the blackest black man outside. I'm the blackest black man outside. I'm the black man. I'm the black man. Lickety black.
I moved out here from Pasadena, California, and was really unfamiliar with the area and the people. So for the first really year that I was out here, stayed in my room. It was just the smartest thing for me to do. Stayed in my room and created. And the only obligation I had was school. And for a majority of school, I could get away with pretty much anything just by being a little too creative. That's in every class. I was really passing just by. But on a creative level, not on necessarily, you know what I mean? Because I definitely was not smarter than them from a textbook standpoint, because I could feel myself struggling in class. I just had to come up with a new way to be entertained by it. But that's really where it came from.
Coming from Chicago, I had an accent, a very strong accent, and I couldn't communicate. So basically it was just more so I wrote through community outreach and mentoring that I just kind of kept working on my poetry.
I was running from the problems I placed. They were moving at a remarkable rate. That was not the reason I had to race. I had multiple decisions to make. Will I really sit on my ass and fantasize about back in the day? The whole 7 DC base.
What really did it for me was early on just kind of understanding there's a lot I was going to have to do for myself, by myself, if I wanted to see a result. I personally wanted to see a result in something. I was going to have to be the one to create the result, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, the transition is still hard. I still don't know what to do on a daily basis. Right now, I'm just trying to capitalize on the music because it's the wild hair that I have, but sometimes I want to go away from the world and see what I could draw for 12 months,
When I look at creation, creation is just transferring energy. For me, I think it was transitional, I say, when I got here. And honestly, man, I don't want to say it like this, but fuck it. Moon's Night Off. That's when it was you're creating something and people are paying attention. And I really want to call it a ceremony for me because it was the first time I got to rep OTA publicly, you know what I'm saying? I was in the group finally. And it was just you're surrounded by these artists. So it's more so knowing that people are paying attention. And it's okay, well, now that I know people are paying attention, now it's going back to responsibility. Now I have responsibility for what I say or for what I create. Because I know that it's going to influence somebody.
The sun gonna shed light to these light-skinned little girls. If she's a 6, she's a 9 on the internet. Knew we had entered the end of the world. Either that or this divine parallel. Debated out with my girl. Lily Bugs dubbed as a light-skinned Mark Simpson. Cause if her neck rose it, I know that it's pearled. That's pearled. This guy had a baby, and it was a girl. You should watch the dance that's done by the dirt.
Hey, it was realizing that it didn't look like black people were going to organize anytime soon. To not stop our end. And it looks like the end's inevitable. So the tape was really just about me saying, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And here's a body of music to represent it. With a tad bit of hope that we will organize at the end of the tape, you know what I mean? But the tape is called Blickety, and it's just supposed to be the emphasis before black, so just the blickety black man, which I took it as the blackest of the black man. But yeah, Blickety. It'll have 5 tracks, the Blickety Black Man's End, and End will have a part 1 and a part 2. But yeah, that is really where it came from. Just, and you can see it everywhere. I mean, I'm not speaking on something that isn't publicized, you know what I mean? That isn't shoved in my face. So it's really just seeing it, accepting it. Since you want me to accept it, I'm gonna accept it, and here's how I feel about it. This is what they think about it.
And the fake will leave the lake to find love. You get killed up by a man that they trust. You got killed up by your trustee. If you a white man, then don't trust me. I'm the lowercase e to these niggas, you're the DMCs. Please post Malone, post me. Which would've worked with you as we gonna approach. Post a poacher, so you ripped up his poster. You black, you supposed to ask Victor Pope.
He said, when people start telling you what you should do, keep doing what you already doing. If you're doing something that you love and you enjoy, and you doing it your way, some people won't get that, but it's okay. So as like, just as an artist, for me, that's something I always keep close to myself. Like, I always ask opinions, and you know what I'm saying? I want to hear feedback, but I always remember that what I'm doing and what I want to do and my intention is my intention, and everybody can't understand that, so it's going to come out in its own way. Just let that happen.
My name is Dandii, son. Always remember to respect the journey and always be on the glow up.
That is an illusion of Earth's curved body, even though she posts full body.